Highlight on the Thursday is most definitely the World Hurdle, staying hurdle, 3 miles, and it is wide open this year. No short price favourite to nicely get beat at the top of the hill and watch a 40-to-1 shot come running home. This is, I think you would agree, guys, it's probably the most wide open race we've seen. We bet here at Star Sports, down the card, 5-1 Zarkander, 11-2 Saphir de Rheu, 6 more of that, 8 Rock on Ruby, 9 Lieutenant Colonel, 10 on Temps or 2, 14 Beat That, 14 Blue Fashion, 14 Whisper. Anything at bigger price, you can shout them out if you fancy, but go on then, Claude. Find us the winner in this wide open race.
I think Zarkander de Rheu will run a big race. He's the one I want to back at the odds. I'm intrigued by his breeder, who's a charming French gentleman you might have heard called Claude DUVAL. Andy Stewart thought that Nichols was pulling his leg when he sent him a text and said he wanted to buy this horse, and a chap called Claude DUVAL had bred him. I think Mr. Stewart had another couple of rum punches in Barbados before he was convinced that this gentleman in fact does exist. He's a very, very good looking French breeder, and this is the outcome.
I must be confusing him with my wine merchant.
No, I think you'll find he'll run a big race. Everybody knows he's going the same path as Big Bucks. He didn't seem to like jumping, so now they put him back over hurdles. He won the Cleve hurdle, and if you remember, he won the Welsh champion hurdle. He gave an awful lot of weight away at Fosslas.
What, when Tinkler buried Whisper into the last and should have won? I'm not bitter at all. We'll move on.
I think you'll find that Sam Tristan Davis will ride him. He'll play his cards, I think, pretty late, if you wanted an outside tip, I think that Ruby Walsh, surprise, surprise, may end up on Zarkander for Paul Nicholls. Not too sure that he actually stays all that well myself. That would be a problem. I love Rock on Ruby. I've made a nice few quid out of him over the years. But he's a 10-year-old now. I know Crimson Embers was 11 when he won it. But just wonder whether Rock on Ruby, like Zarkander, whether he in fact will come up the hill. The Irish have only won it once in 19 years. DEDIGOUT, I'm told, Tony Martin, is very, very keen on that one at a nice big price, and there's no shrewder trainer around, so I'm going to go with Zarkander de Rheu, and at 25-1 each way, DEDIGOUT.
Pupil beat former master, and Sam put Ruby in his place up the running, Bill?
Yeah, it's going to be a hugely tactical affair, this. And the one thing I keep hearing is the words played late. You know, Zarkander played late, held up. Saphir de Rheu played late. There's a danger that one could get away from them if he's ridden aggressively. Fun enough, Rock on Ruby, if he does stay, will be incredibly hard to pass. Because he'll be the one they're all trying to get past up the hill. I don't think they'll try and ride him with too much constraint. They'll just ride him if he stays. If he stays, they'll go for home and he'll get that far, the near side rail, and he'll take some passing. I'm a big Zarkander fan. I think he idled in front. I think he's got his quirks. I love the news that if Ruby does ride him, I think he'd be perfect for him. I think he's been caught out of his ground a bit at Cheltenham in both champion hurdles and in other races he's running. I think he's been too far back. He was too far back in the World Hurdle last year. I think he'll be ridden with constraint. He won't be switched off miles out the back. I think he'll just be played late. I don't think he'll hit the front too soon. I think Zarkander would be the one for me. I think the race is ideal for him.
Come on, Tanya.
Well,
any northern horses here for us?
No, certainly no northern horses. Rock on Ruby's got nothing left to prove, so he's going to go out there and try and play Catch Me If You Can. He will get such an immense reception, even going down to the start, let alone when he's actually running in the race. You know what you get with him, and everyone in the race is going to realise that, and they've all got to beat that. However, I'm looking for a bit of value. No, there's no northern selection for me. I'm going to go for MONKSLAND. I think his run so far back from his return have been great. Been close to, is it DEDIGOUT? I thought he actually won that photo, but I was wrong. It was thick fog, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was real thick
the car was following along. It was bundling along.
Fantastic effort by the coverage in that race. And prior to that, he ran a good second or third, I think it was. I think to date he's run a cracking race. And this is a sort of race that if you want a jockey to come to the fore, and if you've got to hold one up, it's going to be Paul Carberry, and this is right up his
sexiest bum in racing. Hayley, forget it. Paul, in you come.
And there's doubtful stayers in the race, and he does stay.
Yeah.
And Mr. Carberry will be thinking, thank you very much. Rock on Ruby's going to crack on out there, and I'm just going to sit and wait.
Right, okay, so we've got Monksland for you.
Yeah, just
You haven't mentioned either, might you?
Yeah, one of
shows
the,
how wide open it is, isn't it?
one of the big price, if we are in a turn-up year as well to mention, is Cole Harden for Warren Great Tricks. His horses are running much better. They were in the doldrums a month ago. They're now right back in form. And this has had a wind-up. And the best of his form, particularly the beginning of the season, puts him right in this.
Yeah,
big
I
price.
agree with you.
At 30, 33 or 25, big price.
The two I will give you, and I always like to give horses a second chance. You can always put a line through one bad run. On Tom 2 was absolutely smashed off the boards at Cheltenham,
It was.
Yeah.
and it didn't get the job done. And you think, well, that might have put it right, that race. He needed the run, he's got the fitness, and for that reason, I'd like to give him a second chance at 10 to 1 in a wide open race. And I do like my stats and my trends and things like that, and one that would blow all of them clean out of the water would be Beat That. Who, equally, if you look at his race at Cheltenham, drifted as if he might actually have been dead in his box before he ran. He was 3 out to about 12, basically.
It was horrendous the beating of that.
And he must have gone 3 in running. He absolutely tanked round, and he just blew up close to home. So he's another one who patently needed the race. So I will go with, as selection time, I will go with On Tom 2 and Beat That against the field. Claude.
Saphir, Rheu.
Bill.
Zarkander.
MONKSLAND.
There we go.
There
5
we go.
different ones.
5 different ones.
There we go. You can guarantee the winner's not in there, ladies and gents. So, World Hurdle, just sit back, enjoy it, and if you find the winner, well done you.